Alrighty, so we are making homemade bread, and
You ready?
so kind of tell us what you're gonna do before we start mixing our ingredients. Tell us what we're working
Okay. Well, I have two projects going on. I usually make dessert and then a bread early in the day so that it's cool by dinner time. So today I'm making a loaf of bread, homemade bread, and sour cream cake. So I'm gonna start by fermenting my bread and then I'm gonna mix the cake up.
So on the scale of 1 through 10, 10 being the most difficult, tell the viewers how where the difficulty level falls into for making the bread.
The bread's easy. I've made it about 4 times now and it's always so good. It's like really, really good. So easy.
Okay, so about maybe like a 2 or 3.
I'm supposed to rate it. What's the best? What's like
10 is the hardest.
Okay.
1 would be easy.
I'd say it's like a 2 or 3.
So homemade bread, 2 or 3 out of 10 on the difficulty scale. Okay, well, what are we doing now?
Well, the first thing you need, and I already have it measured out, so I wouldn't be going back and forth. I like to do that whether I'm on video or not, just so it's like all ready.
Okay.
But the first thing you need is yeast.
I'm gonna zoom into that just in case people want to see what the brand is or whatever. Okay, got it.
Okay. So I already have that measured out, and I'm gonna add it. First, I'm gonna add water. This is 1 cup of water. So it's warm, but not hot. I'm gonna add that to my bowl and 1 tablespoon of yeast. That's what it looks like.
So that's what was in that little yellow jar.
So it's like kind of a little grainy.
Okay. Now, someone commented, TurtleSaver78 said, I've never made bread before, so ready to try it. I
Cool.
think you're on the right channel today.
So I'm gonna add that in there, and then I already measured out sugar. You can use white or brown. I'm going with brown today for a little bit heavier of a flavor.
Okay.
We like to buy organic sugar when we can, so this is brown sugar in my bowl.
And so how much
And
of that?
This is, I am going to look at my notes because I have the recipe today,
Okay.
and so I have 1/4 cup.
1/4 cup
Of
of brown sugar. You don't have to do organic brown sugar,
No.
but we do like to. Glenn, thank you so much for following.
So to start, you only need a tablespoon of this in your yeast and water mixture.
Oh, I'm gonna zoom into that.
Okay, so I put a tablespoon in there. I'm gonna just keep the rest in the bowl until we start mixing things up more. But it's going to begin fermenting, and as it does, you're going to see more and more of this rise to the top, and it's going to become kind of foamy in texture.
Okay.
So this needs to sit about 5 to 10 minutes, and while it does, I'm going to mix up that cake.
So how much of the brown sugar did you put in there?
I put in about a tablespoon. I use this, but about a tablespoon.
Okay, so tablespoon brown sugar. We're gonna let it sit ferment for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
what are we working on next?
All right, so here's our cake. I am going to take our what is that, sugar?
Yeah, pure
Yeah.
cane sugar. It's organic.
So I'll tell you the measurements here so you can make it too.
Tina, thank you for following us.
So we have 1.5 cups of that plain sugar. So I already put it in my bowl.
Okay.
I'm gonna dump it into a bigger bowl. One big enough where you're not gonna fling stuff everywhere.
Got it.
Trust me, you don't wanna do that. Okay, and then you wanna mix, basically we're mixing liquids with the sugar right now. So I have oil, and this is canola oil. You can use vegetable oil if you want. I'm gonna use, let me see, on here, 1/2 cup. Is this 1/2 cup?
Half a
of
cup
oil
of canola oil.
going in.
Okay. And this is for our sour cream cake?
Yes.
Got it.
And then I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
So just in case,
Yeah, that's vanilla. You can use any brand, of course.
that's what we're doing.
I don't buy imitation vanilla. Try to get like pure vanilla. It's a much better flavor. Much better flavor.
Cool.
So, going in.
Someone says, have you ever put raisins on your pizza before
Oh.
with eggs, pickles, and bananas? I would say never
Done
heard of it.
raisins, pickles we've had
Nah.
at 500 degrees. So
Someone said, your grandma is a good cook. That's messed up, bro. That's messed up.
yes,
All right.
thank you. Celebrate celebrating my 95th this year.
Yeah. And I'm 87, so.
Yeah, so we're doing good. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, so we're mixing it up.
So I have an egg.
1 egg.
Going in.
Coming in hot.
Yeah. And you just want to mix this until the yolk is broken. I'm not trying to beat it or anything like that. This is more of a dense cake. So
Yeah.
my egg is broke. I'm gonna just slide this over for 1 moment.
Okay.
In here I have flour. And we showed you what flour looks like a minute ago, but this is the brand we like to buy.
You can get that at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's organic, all-purpose flour.
So I used 1.5 cups of that.
Got it.
In my bowl already. I'm gonna mix a few things with it. So going in first is baking powder. This is 2 teaspoons.
Baking powder.
Yeah,
so
so
we
this
don't
is
want to get it confused with baking soda.
No, they have different chemistry properties. So you'll have either something really flat or really fat depending on if you mix that up.
So how much of this is going in?
So 2 teaspoons.
2 teaspoons of this going into our dry. Got it.
Just like that.
And then it looks like Turtle Saver 78 wants to know if we can post a recipe. Maybe we can post the video later or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how we could
we
even
can
type
cut
that.
this down later and
Okay. It'll be on our YouTube, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what else do we
So
have?
this is salt, 1/4 teaspoon, same salt we've used.
Iodized salt.
Earlier.
Definitely want iodized.
1/4 teaspoon of salt going in.
Got it.
And then this is not necessary, but I put it in everything I bake or cook, and this is called diatomaceous earth.
Do we have?
I don't have the bag. I keep it in a container. But this is fossilized algae, and it doesn't add any flavor to it. It doesn't change the texture, but it actually gives you a slight detox, cleanses your gut. So our family's constantly getting cleansed with no harsh side effects.
And by the way, it doesn't have any flavor, so.
Yeah, so you don't have to have this. I'm just adding it because I always do.
Faye wants to know what we are making.
Okay, right now, sour cream cake.
So we're working on our sour cream cake.
Stir that.
I guess you could call it dry,
These are
dry batter or
the
something like
dry
that.
ingredients.
Yeah.
So you just slightly mix those together, and then I'm gonna mix the dry with the wet, which we already mixed.
Thank you for following Faye and Uncle Bubba. Appreciate it. So this is the sour cream cake. We'll re-upload the full video for you guys and have a more in-depth description, especially on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to find us at Dessert Hound there. But we'll try our best to get it to you guys on this as well. Thank you for the likes. We appreciate it. So we're just mixing it up. I'm gonna zoom out just a little, see if I can. Nope, I'm zoomed out all the way, so I'm just back up.
Whisk this kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna keep mixing this for a moment till it's
So
mostly crumbly.
recap on all of our ingredients that are in this tub right now.
Want to detail?
Yeah.
Have we made it? Oh no, we haven't. So we started with 1.5 cups of flour,
1.5 cups of flour.
2 teaspoons